welcome to another one of these little gems that we're doing now. This is in session with, so there's no round 4, no round 5, like we said on the previous video. This is it now. We decided against Fort Lee, so we're now at Newland Hall Fisheries, which is another fishery. No, it's good for a run. Basically, we're just going to fish here. We're going to do a quick nighter, a little bit in the morning, and we're going to see how many we can have. I think we'll have a few. Definitely, we're going to bait up a few margins, and Marc's opted to fish the margins, but we'll talk more about tactics in a minute. You ready for it?
As always.
Yeah, see if I can actually get some pride back, not 3 down.
Ready to lose.
Claw
again.
one back. Let's see what happens.
Again.
Right, well, my tactics for the day are going to be a little bit different to Marc. Not drastically different, but sort of how I normally fish. Got a little rig, my usual rig, like a Fang Twister. Sorry, not Twister, a Fang X size 8 this time, and the little swivel, and I put a hook bead on it so it comes up the line. Using missing link hook link, which is very good hook links, normally what I use, but this one here is a little bit long for PVA bag fishing. This is what I'd be using if I was just scattering a few boilies around. If I'm doing a big scattering, I'll go longer, or if I'm fishing weed, I'll go longer, but this is my sort of standard size rig. But as I'm fishing a PVA bag, I'm going to fish a little inline lead, and it's just going to be completely running, so it has a little bit of resistance, so the fish picks it up and it feels the weight of this lead, and then it done. But as I'm fishing a PVA bag, I'm going to shorten up the rig, because the fish is ideally going to be feeding really close in and sucking up little bits of pellet and stuff like that, so you want to get them onto the lead as quick as possible, and as soon as they shake their head, that's it, that's game over. So I'm just going to cut this rig down, make this a little bit shorter. Probably going to go about 4 inches, something mad like that. Maybe even less. And I always tie little loops in my rigs. Don't really like tying them to swivels. I prefer using quick links, even if I don't intend on changing the rig. I still use quick links. Although loops do tend to kick up a lot more than an actual proper knot, so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but old habits. So I've got my little quick link. I don't need any mess about tubing all over it, because I've got a little soft, I don't know what they call them, Nash do them, little rubber insert on that. So the little rubber insert goes over the top of that, lead goes down onto that, and that's a perfect little PVA bag rig. That should stay flush, that'll keep that away from tangling on that, and that'll be bang on. Now to tie my PVA bag. I've got a good mix in here. I've got some Fishing Wizard Method Mix, a load of Fishing Wizard pellet. I put the Method Mix in basically to take all the air pockets out of the bag. If you have air pockets in the bag, you're going to get a lot of air in your bag, and your bag's going to float, so it's not going to sink to the bottom. The idea is you want to get it to the bottom as quick as humanly possible. So you want to compress the bag as much as possible and have a little amount of air. If you use uniform pellets of like 8mm or something like that, you're going to get a lot of air in it, and it will start to float and it won't be good. Also, don't pierce your bags, because then the air that is in it tries to rush out and it actually splits, sometimes on impact or halfway down through the lake, and isn't ever going to give you a decent presentation. Not ever, but most of the time it won't. Nestle my hook bait into the bottom corner, put a tiny little bit of pellet into the bottom of that, grab some of the dusty stuff, put that on top, fill it probably about 1/3 of the way, and then I'm just going to tease my lead back up onto the top of the bag. So my lead's there, and my rig's running straight through the bag, which is always it's going to be good, because when your lead lands backwards like this, your bait's going to be on the back end of the bag, perfect for when the fish comes and picks up and nails himself. Fill it up the rest of the way. I'm not going to fill it to the top, because I don't actually need a monster bag like that today. Fill it up to about there, push it all down. I'm doing this quite quick because I don't want to bore you to death, and I'm sure I'm close already. I'm just compressing a lot of the air out. I'm twisting and I'm pulling and I'm pushing all of the contents towards this back end as much as I possibly can. And I've got got to watch out because I am rushing it, but shouldn't be. A little bit of this Meltex tape stuff. And it doesn't really matter how much you wrap it round because it probably won't melt really quick anyway. But hopefully I'll have a run before the time it melts. So this is quite a prolific lake as we stated previously. And I'm going to chop that off, chop all the excess off. It's no fault plea, but we will get there eventually, I promise. That will be a good one. Right, I'm just going to chop down the side and pull the leader out. Be careful not to cut your leader off, which I've actually done live at a show in front of about 30 people. Chop my own leader off. That is never a good idea.
You're in, mate. You're in.
Oh, sweet. 10.5 pound. Interrupted, but not too bad. First fish. No one's had anything yet. We've not long been here, to be honest, but it's always good. So hopefully one of many more. 10.5 pounds is not a bad fish for this lake. There's quite a lot of pasties in here, but there's also quite a few nice fish. And it's definitely one of these prolific lakes that's good to get a run, and definitely a good winter water. So if you're looking for somewhere to fish this winter, this is a reasonable shout, to be honest. Just as a social little play around, it's all good. Happy days. 10.5 pound. Now let me show you my rig. Right, as I was interrupted by that fish, which was a good bonus, I was just going to basically say, once you've compressed it all down to the bottom, push it all back slightly, and then you've got two little tag ends like this, and you just fold the corners in and just snip tiny little bit into the corners. Basically what you do is when you've pushed all the air into that side, push it all back, and then you can fold the corners in, so just push it up against back that way, so then it's really compressed and tight in the middle. Lick the corner over here, lick and stick, push that in, lick, stick, and that is I'd say the perfect PVA bag. And that's got to go back on the spot now. Catch another one.
Right, my tactics for the day is I'm going to be on a bit of lead core. Usually I'm on fluorocarbon leaders that I make up myself, Fox Illusion, but as my tactics are going to be mainly margin fishing with solid bags, I've decided to opt for a bit of Nash 20-pound lead core. Obviously pins it down a lot easier, gives me a bit more confidence. But okay, I'm using X-Line as 17-pound X-Line, which also helps it out as well. I've got 3-ounce inline lead, which sort of breaks away. Same sort of tactics as Callum. These are ideally from Kev's leads. Got to have a little plug there because Kev's my main man. Sells me his leads. But yeah, fantastic leads. My other tactics, basically a bit of jelly wire, 25-pound. Nothing too fantastic. I'm only doing straight up off a normal simple knotless knot onto a PB pop up, which I do believe is plum and blackberry. I've only just stuck on the extra swan shot just in case I decided to go a bigger pop up, but same sort of thing really. If I wanted to go into solid bags, I can do the same as Callum, loop them all up, stick it all in. But I generally opt for the lazy version of solid bagging. I normally just make my bags up straight away and just take the clip off, same as Callum. I'll take the clip off, just clip off, needle through, pull the rig back in, maybe a blob of rig foam over the hook, and then pull it through, and then I'm ready to go. So yeah, that's basically what I'm doing. Pop up wise, I'm going to stick to all the 10 millers. My favourites are the CB65 yellows. We've had a cheeky little session before here, and I did alright on the PB pop ups, the pink. I do believe, like I was saying earlier, I think they're plum and blackberry. The CB65, can't tell you the flavours of that, that's a secret, but I've also got the CB65Rs with the old Robin red in it, obviously. But yeah, that's basically it. My PVA bags are full of bloodworm pellet, 4 mils. What's the other? I've got trout pellet, halibut pellet in 4 mils. Also in amongst the pellet as well, I've broke up loads of CB65 boilies, meatball boilies and FIA boilies, just all different shapes and sizes. Hopefully, as they say, I might actually get a run on them. I haven't had much time to stick a bag out yet because I've been too busy ponting about filming it really. Yeah, I'd just like to add, while I've been sitting here filming this, Callum's had another sneaky fish out the margin, typical, but looks like a bit like a 4-pounder. Yeah, there you go, on that PVA bag that he just tied up. Typical. So about time I got my rods out and actually have one for myself.
Well, I've had a pretty eventful night. I ended up reeling in at like 12:30 because I wanted to actually get some sleep. I kept putting baits in.
I had a terrible night's Kip. I was asleep all night.
Wasn't actually,
I had a full 8 hours, Kip.
48 hours. I also had nearly a full 8 hours as I reeled in after a while, but I had 6 fish in total last night and I lost 2, so I'd done quite well. All I was doing really that was different was I was baiting with Soluballs and boilies, but I was doing like quite a consistent baiting pattern, and I've actually, this is the last one I managed to just whip the PVA onto the little spot, and this is probably one of the, God, Marc might have one eventually. Yeah, and I managed this one. This is £14.6.
Stunning
yeah,
fish.
some lovely fish.
See, stunning.
Yeah, beautiful fish. Come get involved.
Come and get involved.
Get on the tail.
That's what a carp looks like.
It's mad because right, let's get this one back first and then let's have a natter. Right, safely return. We didn't want to leave the fish out really for too long, to be honest. As I was saying, these little Soluballs, I do think these are quite a deciding factor of why I actually caught and yeah, it's weird. These basically, I don't know if you've not seen them before, they're sort of like a ground bait ball with loads of pulses in them.
Why don't you explain what you did this morning? He didn't have his rods out from about midnight till this morning. I've had nothing apart from being done 5 times on single bleeps. I'm just going to chuck one out before we pack up and do the wrap up like we're doing now.
Yeah, I wanted to try and
get... chucked it out, he's chucked a bag out, and I goes, stick some Soluballs around it and you'll have a fish. No. 10 minutes later, rattled off. Well, fish just now.
I wanted to get my 7th fish.
The only thing I ain't been doing is putting Soluballs around my bait.
Basically, I had a spot that I kept going though. I was baiting with little 10 mil.
Still don't think it was a bait. Still think it was Soluballs.
Yeah, I do also. I mean, these are monster squid as well. Yeah, well, but these take about 20 minutes to break down.
Default, I've actually put monster squid on my own. What have I got on mine?
Monster squid pop up on that as well.
And I've not had a touch. You know what I mean? I'm doing exactly the same as you, but without Soluballs around it.
Yeah.
So the fact if we had more time, I was saying to him I was going to nick some Soluballs and stick them around and see if I get a run, just to prove the point, because the point was proved just this morning. You haven't been fishing all.
But I'd kept that spot going. I've been baiting the spot up, and I've been baiting it up with boilies. I mean, yeah, but there was always fish on that spot. I think what it is because there's loads of oils in them. If you see these in a tank, the oils that are actually in the bait like leak out into the layers of the water, and all of these little pulses and these little bits of maize and stuff that's in them, they lie around, and they're not much of a food item, but they're like enough of an attraction. I mean, with the bait I was putting in little and often, I think that they're probably still down there. There's probably wafts of them all down onto the spot, and I still think they would have stayed for 8 hours. I mean, it's probably gone into the sill and leaked into it, and I think all the fish would have probably gone, and they're probably still on that spot.
I disagree.
Why?
Because it just proves they're not going to stay out there for what, 8 hours.
What, a soluble ingredient? They're not going to eat a soluble ingredient.
No, but that's going to they disperse into nothing.
I've done 2 kilos of them into the one spot.
Yeah, but they're going to go. The amount of fish are in here, mate. They're going to go.
Why don't you eat soluble ingredients?
As soon as you put them out, it just proves. As soon as you cast out this morning, you put them straight round it. Well, they start melting.
It took 20 minutes to dissolve.
Yeah, it was
I've run within 10 minutes.
No, it was easy 20 minutes. We had a cup of tea and everything, mate. Seriously. Still say it's the Soluballs.
Well, you can
Great.
decide on that one. Comment section below. Don't forget, there'll be lots more in session with. Rate this little video, thumbs it up, subscribe,
Yeah.
and we'll see you on the
And
banks.
if you like the look of static rods, you know what I mean?
That's why they call it fishing, not catching.
Yeah, well, I concede for once. For once I don't actually win.
Finally!
Finally the Pasty King rules.
Losing 3 and winning 1 is
Yeah,
it's a
you got-
little bit of consolation. Not a great
Win
deal.
some,
but-
you lose some, don't you? At the end of the day, and I've tried. Can't say I didn't try. At the end of the day, innit? It's all done. Best man won again. For once. There I say it.
Damo and Danny signing out. Come on!
Gilly signing out.